let's start this.
Let's do this shit. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Hey, what's up? This is the Difficult to Please podcast. I'm Erwin.
This is JV, and we're two 30-year-olds who explore the many aspects of pop culture, nerdism, fashion, music, media, and food.
We want to give you a platform that informs you and invites you to think and dialogue about our topics.
And we are back after 3 months.
3 months. And this is episode
5. Oh.
Season 2.
Season 2. We still on season 2. We ended season 1 in November last year. 2 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
So we had a good summer break, winter break.
It's like winter break.
It was November, yeah.
This is semester 2 of Difficult to Please podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that happened.
Erwin got married.
That's what's up. I did.
Yep.
JV was there.
I was there, yeah.
The groomsmen.
Hell yeah.
And, you know what's so funny? It's like every time like someone vaguely mentions it, like, or at work, when I was kind of like, oh, got married, it's nice, and they're like, oh, how was Hawaii? And it's so hard for me to like put into words, because I just say like, yo, like the wedding was like perfect. It was awesome.
Yeah,
like,
it was nice, small, short.
Exactly, nice. It was small. It was right off the beach. I hung out with my family and my friends for like 3-4 hours. Very nice.
And we did the triangle for 6 hours. Triangle.
And it's so funny to explain what the triangle is to anybody who's not been on Maui. You're like, because I remember when we were, I think, planning, and we were saying like, oh, let's go to the triangle. And the whole party, or like friends and family, like, what the fuck is a triangle?
Right. Yeah, I didn't know what the triangle was. I had even locals try to explain that to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So I mean, like,
sounds like PB.
Basically, it's even smaller than PB.
Right. It's Garnett Street.
It's so funny. Like, the triangle is not a triangle. It's a set of bars of like 5, at least 5.
I don't even think we made it like all the way.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
There's at least 5 bars in this like plaza. Mm-hmm. So think of it like like Carmel Mountain or like Mira Mesa Mall, but it's like 5-6 bars.
Yeah, it was super weird. I was like trying to walk out the triangle. I'm like, so are we on one side or the other side of the triangle? And we only did 2 legs of the triangle. I didn't even did a third one yet. Chee-hoo!
Because even after the wedding, we only did. No, we did 3.
We did a lot. We did 3 after the wedding.
Did you? Because you bailed, right? No,
I never bailed. I stayed throughout the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, but the whole time I was trying to keep myself straight. So
it's a marathon, especially when you're drinking. When you start drinking at like 11, it's a fucking marathon.
But we didn't drink at 11. We drank way earlier.
Oh, because the groomsmen took shots at like 9 o'clock. Y'all took shots, and then because I didn't take shots.
Oh.
And then y'all, because it was.
Are we talking about the first night or the?
No. The actual wedding.
The reception. The reception.
The wedding reception.
Oh. I only took 1 shot.
Yeah, but you all started drinking like 11 o'clock.
No, it's not 11. I swear it's earlier. I swear we started earlier than 11.
Like 10:30.
Maybe. I feel like it's earlier than that. I feel like we got there like super early, like at 7 or 8.
You and the party got there early. Y'all had shots, but I didn't take a shot because I'm gonna get fucking red for the photos. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you could have.
Oh, you're talking about the day of the wedding.
Bro, it's the same
Your wedding. No. I thought you were talking about like the triangle still.
No, oh yeah.
At the wedding.
Yeah, because at the wedding, at the triangle, because we still went back to the triangle.
Right.
That's why I'm trying
we did
to
take a shot. And
you started drinking early.
I tried to get the Pepsi in, but then I did it too late because I didn't think we were going to drink. And I was like, here, about rum for everyone. I'm like, fuck. I have the Pepsi in my pocket. I was like, I was going to do this like before the wedding ceremony. It's like, back to the triangle. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, the wedding was amazing. So yeah, it's just like putting it into words is like.
It's hard.
It's hard because I'm like, well, we've planned for this for like a year. Everything was so fucking smooth, like, and then it's like straight being on vacation after like the wedding. Mm-hmm. It's like a little bit of stress and a lot of stress. And then peak after the wedding, it's like, oh, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
heard
hanging
all
out.
that drama that was happening like before the wedding and all that. I was like, oh shit.
It's not, I mean,
It's happening. I mean, it wasn't crazy.
yeah, it's not
but-
like drama, but it's more like, yeah, it just happens. Things happen.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least you don't have to do Uber anymore, right?
I'm doing Lyft.
Oh, from time to time still?
Yeah, I'm not doing it as frequently.
Oh, really? Just for whatever money now?
Yeah, it's more paying off the debt in crude.
Oh, got it. For sure.
It's not saving, it's paying off shit. So
Got it.
I mean, it's nice. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's the unfortunate part of living in San Diego.
Right. Yeah, no, I feel you. That's one of my things, too. I really want to pay off debt, too. But you better keep doing as much Lyft as you can now, or maybe in the next 5 years, that's going to get taken over by AIs and shit with, like, Google Waymo and stuff.
Oh, autonomous drivers?
Yeah. I mean, they're already doing it, right? I mean, it's been on the news. There's already been autonomous drivers. and stuff
Driverless
like-
cars? I mean,
Driverless cars. Yeah,
'Cause-
people are, like, fucking with them already. They're, like, smashing them. Have you seen those? Like, on the
I haven't
news?
seen those videos.
Yeah, so they're like vandalizing the self-driving cars and stuff like that. So it's a trip. Like, people aren't ready for it, but that's gonna be the future.
Well, it's funny because I know that Lyft and Uber have been, like, for sure, like, very transparent. Like, that's what they plan on incorporating as the technology becomes more viable, right? I mean, yeah, like, it'll put my side gig out of whack, but
Right.
I mean,
Then all that
it
money's
helps,
gonna,
right?
Yeah, and all that money's gonna go back to the software engineers and the companies now. But that's good. I mean, it's crazy because it will eventually turn into that. And what do you call that?
What movie was that with the driverless cars? Was it
Knight
like
Rider?
no? It was like, was it Minority Report
Oh, I didn't see that one actually.
or? Yeah,
But there's a lot of like, there's a
there is
lot of sci-fi.
shit
There's
that.
like, I think that happened in iRobot too and stuff like that. There are always a lot.
You're
like,
right. I think it
self-driving
is.
cars have always been like a future thing.
I think I mean, like, it's future. I mean, I feel like Tesla would be like the first car company to do like autonomous cars, like fucking robots, because it's all electric already.
But you know their car can do it though, right?
Is it already?
It can drive by itself.
Shit, I don't know. I don't have a
Yeah.
Tesla.
Okay, so if
It's
you
not
ever,
something I look into.
so their current model, if you ever see the CBS this morning, one of the news anchors rides of Elon Musk in LA, and he just goes on auto drive mode, and then the car will like stop when it gets too close, and I don't think it's like 100% like autonomous, but it's definitely like self-aware of when to slow down and when to switch lanes and stuff like that. So it's getting there. I'm not sure if it has all that yet or it's just like a sneak peek, but it's there. Some level of it's still there.
So okay, so it's not like a full on.
It's not at Waymo's level yet.
Okay.
Google's self-driving cars.
Yeah.
So that's
What wasn't like wasn't Google's car? Didn't they pull it off because like there was more like problems with the algorithm, or it was getting to crashes and shit like that?
I think so, but I mean, what are you gonna expect from beta testing? It's just gonna happen. That's why it's only done in like Arizona right now.
Fucking beta testing.
And I don't think like Google's gonna use their own cars. I don't think they would ever use a Tesla too. That's why Honda and
use a very cheap car.
yeah, they're
use
using
a
like
Tesla.
they're using like a Prius, and I think they're using some other like American cars with it too.
Yeah.
You know, just as tests. 'Cause I think that's why was it GM or Chevrolet, the one that's closing out a bunch of their factories.
I don't know.
I forgot, but
Not
one of the
follow.
one of the American car companies is shutting down a bunch of their factories.
Okay.
That's the one that Trump's kind of getting on right now.
I forgot.
But anyways, yeah, but they want to transition to electronic cars too because they see it too. They want to get involved with the electronic car market and the self-driving cars because they think that's the future and that's where they're aiming. So everyone's slowly aiming there, and China's already there with the self-driving cars.
I mean, okay, so with all this like AI and like the robotics, part of it is, I mean, there's so many things that like conjure up, right? When you talk about the issue, right? Talk about the topic is that the more you incorporate AI and robots, you're gonna kill more jobs, obviously. And this like worst case scenario of having like the robot overlords and shit like that, like that's like the worst, like the fear of everybody. So it's I know you were gonna talk about China and their research and how they're implementing some sort of like they're slowly implementing like AI and the ventures. It's a trip to get to a point like that.
Right. But we do it already too in smaller levels.
Yeah,
we
like
got
Siri and fucking Echo.
Yeah.
Or Alexa rather.
Right. Alexa, our Google search also does that. AdSense does that. Like a bunch of these like Google's been doing it for a while. Reptar's on me. And then
Reptar off.
let me say right now, the big difference between robotics and AI is that robotics take up a physical space.
Yeah, and that's where, like, when you think about how Japan has been able to produce so many cars, right, and their workforce isn't as large as like America's workforce, and why they've since they started making cars in the 60s and the 70s, is like they started building these robots to help them finish the product. And it's like, okay, now we're at the point for in this century, in this decade, where you have factories of automated fucking robots building cars and shit like that.
Right. But that's what all like technological revolutions did.
That's
what the steam
it's the
steam
progression
engine
of
did.
everything.
Yeah, so it all happens. Computers did that to typewriters. The personal computer did that to like other computers. The internet just blew up the world, changed commerce completely. And the iPhone did it too. The iPhone was originally designed just to be a iPod with a phone, because
when that shit was like revolutionary, like iPod plus phone.
But do you remember like
camera?
I don't think there was really an app store at that time. There wasn't.
No,
so
it was just like it was stock.
It was stock. So the stock iPhone was essentially just only meant to be an iPod with music with dialing.
Because I forget,
capabilities.
Was there like email? I think there was email, right? Because it was supposed to compete with like BlackBerry and shit,
I think so, yeah.
Right?
It was supposed to compete with BlackBerry too, yeah, for sure. And then, so all these technological revolutions definitely displaced jobs, regardless. Like,
oh yeah,
farming did it. I mean, machines replaced a bunch of like manual labor and whatnot. But people will grow and evolve, and they'll change, and people are always going to be resistant to change at first.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I think it's going to be up to these technological companies to make sure that you don't leave these people like laying out in the dust. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should probably invest these people into like, the new technology kind of thing. It's kind of like how like coal mining and renewable energy, like a lot of these coal mines know that, well, it's not really good. And so they're trying to like reinvent themselves into clean energy. So, instead of like putting those employees who only know coal, like, why don't you educate them into the next technology so they can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to help the process along. Don't just like take the money you can get from them and just like throw them out.
Okay, and like it's okay in terms of like how AI can like help us, and we see like the economic part of it, right? But it's like when you see the future, like there's this guy you put me on, Kai-Fu Lee.
Yeah, I made you.
Yeah. He had this TED talk on the future of robotics and AI, and he believes, right, like that AI can save humanity.
He can if used correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way I see it, and the way I've been seeing it. The way that AI can help and robots can help is that you have to be like this cute thing that's just gonna help you. Like, you can't be like this, I don't know, like Furbies
kind of thing.
No, what's the fucking villain in episode 2 of Star Wars, the droid with the fucking like lightsabers.
Oh, General Grievous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, but that was episode 3. But yeah,
Episode 3. Yeah.
right. No, it does make sense because there's aesthetics involved. Like, you know, people are
It
gonna
has,
be
yeah,
emotional about
because
it.
like it has to be non-threatening, right?
Right. That's why Haro from Gundam is like such an iconic robot. And R2D2. Okay, sorry. I'll use R2D2 in like
Yeah, that's the
what's
best.
that one called?
BB-8.
BB-8. Yeah, BB-8 super appealing. We compare him to C-3PO. It's a different story.
Yes, and that's why. Okay, it's like AI can help save humanity, whatever.
Right. It's supposed to be symbiotic.
As long, yeah, as long as it can be non-threatening. Yeah, I don't know.
But he also said, like, Kai-Fu Lee and a bunch of like other AI people believe that AI getting sentient like that is probably not going to happen for the longest time because the current AI is only a single functioning.
But what about the
kind of thing.
backflipping robots, though?
That's different. Okay, that's a mix of AI and robotics, like put at its.
That's.
But that is a trip because do you remember when I first showed you like Boston Dynamics like so many years ago?
like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the one on the treadmill.
Right. So that was like its only
That's like
capability.
fucking like Terminator.
Yeah,
shit.
it could only do push-ups at that time, but now it can do backflips. And when I saw it, I was like, "Oh
Did you
shit,
see?
that
You
thing's
can do
crazy."
fucking like parkour.
Yeah, it was doing parkour. I was like, "Oh shit, robotics has gone crazy."
And the dog one that can open doors, right?
yeah, so
I was like, oh my god, dude! Like
Yeah.
we're almost there.
we're almost there.
Well,
And that's robotics, and that's not even like that AI. Like I think the AI in that is just like a sensor that says like, "Okay, you can jump this" kind of thing.
Yeah, fucking bots.
Yeah, bots are sick.
Let's backtrack a little bit just to talk about like AI and replacement of like workers and the advancement of technology, right? So
Okay, but
What's
but
up?
please, like, we have to split it between AI and robots because there's gonna be a big difference. And I'll explain as you go on. But go ahead.
So like when we say that AI can help us and save humanity, it's right. Kai-Fu Lee is saying how like, or he theorizes that it puts people out of work, right? But those people out of work can do what they want, you know, like they're more passionate projects.
Correct.
But and this is the catch-all, is like the logistics of that means that government has to provide some sort of universal basic income because
So he pushes that too. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Kai-Fu Lee is pushing like government needs to have a UBI yeah, for sure. Like he wants that to happen. Like that's the only way humanity is going to strive with that.
yeah,
Or all the money and power will go to technology companies if that doesn't happen.
yeah, and it's I was reading is it a Vox article or 538 article where AI will replace like 36 million workers
sure. And I can see
within like 2 decades in
Yeah.
America.
I think with the 10 years.
And
yeah.
that's a large number of people out of work.
But
That's
okay,
just
let's
so
define those jobs. Remember, Kai-Fu Lee said optimizing jobs and
Yeah.
repetitive jobs.
Yeah, and those jobs are like factory work. They're very
Right.
like anything that you can I say set it and forget it.
Right.
And then
right.
if you don't have to think about it, then
But yeah, no, because like in that list is bankers, like the people who write loans,
right.
because that becomes more of a scientific and numerical algorithm at that
I
point.
will say this: ever since that Chase had installed ATMs that can do what a banker does, like a teller, I've not had a human interaction with Chase.
No, and I think that's what it's going to be. Like, do you need it? Like, do you need that human to tell you about it? Like, to be honest, no, you don't. And when like Waymo starts doing like all these cars, we're probably not going to need truck drivers anymore.
Or even fucking like
And
fast
Uber-
food, right? Like
Right.
if you can automate.
And remember what China's doing now is that their delivery service is like everyone in China now gets Uber Eats for like 15 cents a transaction kind of thing. Like that's how low it is now.
That's dirt cheap because
Yeah, so it's like why go out when
Yeah.
like for the most part why go out? We can just order. Someone's gonna deliver it to us anyways. And then what else? Stock markets too. Stock markets can be easily controlled by AI because you don't have the human factor into it after that. now that for the most part, most mutual funds or most like aggressively managed mutual funds are, it's basically a bunch of people who think they can beat the market.
Yeah.
And most of the time people can't. So
Okay.
like more computer programs are running like index funds that flow with the market. So they know
Okay.
how to distribute the money
Yeah.
in stocks correctly. So most of the time, like at least within the last few years, AI has been outperforming like stockbrokers and
Yeah, man. Fucking
all those people.
robots are gonna take our jobs.
Because
man.
they're seeing the analysis. The only way you can beat a robot and AI is if you know insider trading. That's the only time you'll know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. There's no one
Well,
you'll know.
just as a tangent, part of the reason why we want to talk about AI and robots or robotics was I sent JV a link about a computer AI beating somebody, a human, in StarCraft 2.
Oh,
just
right.
put that shit out there.
Yeah. So
Because
yeah.
there's always been these like big deals of like AI beating a human in chess, but not in a complex game like StarCraft 2 and shit
This
like
goes
that.
as far as
Yeah.
back as Jeopardy too, when IBM
Right.
Watson was
Yeah,
competing on Jeopardy. But now the IBM Watson is helping doctors across the world with like cancer research and like making accurate diagnosis. So that's the current status of IBM Watson right now. That's what its AI is being used for, is deep learning in medical technology and diagnosis. So yeah, and then. But yeah, going back to the StarCraft thing, here's my only problem with the StarCraft one. I've watched the whole match.
Yeah.
I've watched, it was Alpha Star.
Yeah.
And my only critique about it is, like, when I watched, like, all their matches, like, I'm not even that crazy about StarCraft, but I know...
They didn't mine as fast.
Huh?
They didn't mine as fast.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It played pretty well. Like, they played like a professional. The only difference is, like, there would be like random things that like they wouldn't know why Alpha Star was doing certain things, like building extra droids or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But then what was crazy about Alpha Star is that it would accurately hit like certain units. You know what I mean? And it would micromanage the top
Yeah.
bottom. Like, so that's
that
the only,
shit
that's
is the
only
hardest
problem.
shit. Like, right
Yeah.
when you play StarCraft 2 is the micro. You without
Can't micro, you can't micro 3 mini armies in one scrimmage kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's
like-
super hard. Yeah,
yeah, and that's why for the longest time StarCraft and StarCraft 2 is a really like high skill, high end game to play, because you have to do your macro and your micro. You have to think about your economy, how many you have to fucking like
Right.
build, how many fucking supply depots and all that shit.
right.
While you still gotta simultaneously attack, strategize, and defend. All that shit is like, that's why like if a robot can figure out the micro of having the units and doing all that shit and figuring out the strategy to get through a choke or whatever, that shit is like, the robots are gonna fucking take our jobs and fucking be our overlords.
Right. So at that point, like, okay, an AI could beat like a human, that because they're
Yeah.
doing like 1,000% efficiency, like optimization. the
Well, they
entire
can
time.
fucking cop supreme within seconds. Fucking robots, man. Fucking bots.
Why you have to bring up Supreme?
Every fucking episode, we talk about Supreme.
So you want to shit on Supreme right now? Yeah. You
I
can
will
create
say,
an AI.
you saw my uncle and my cousin.
Where's Supreme at? Oh man, when I saw that shit, I was like, "Word? That's a real thing? That's cool." Uncle's cool. I don't like the hat design, but it's cool. It was a plaid 5-panel hat.
Yeah, Supreme.
The fuck is that?
I remember Rona saying, "Oh, Father, Son, Supreme."
I know. I saw that. I was like, "What? That just happened." I don't think I can get that with my nephew.
You think you can do it?
Hell no. He probably has it. I'm not gonna worry Supreme about that. Man, that shit's funny.
That was mad funny because for me it was like it's like a fact of life, but then for you it was like the shock value. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh, I know. Did you like? I think I looked at you. You're like, yeah, they're both wearing Supreme. I was like, that's cool. That's tight.
But yeah, bots, Supreme. We always have to fuck shit on Supreme every episode. It's our thing.
Oh, it's our thing now.
It's our thing.
So, did you know that Elon Musk also developed a gaming?
Yeah, you were telling me that like, this is
Dota
like
2.
Yeah, for like training purposes, right? Or like
So he did 1-on-1, and it beat I think it beat every single pro, and then he did a 5v5, and it beat all of them. Like I saw the match, and that match was crazy. Like, I don't even know what's going on, just because I'm not like a
Dota
tower.
person,
I'm not a tower defense kind of player, but when like the AIs can group up together and like slaughter all 5 of them, like it's nuts.
That sounds like fucking the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park.
Right. I was like, what the fuck? This shit was crazy. Like they all teamed up together. It was nuts. So yeah, so for them, yeah, it was a big like eye-opening experience, because what one of the pros said was he noticed that the AI was doing these strange movements.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like, oh, why is he doing that? So for them, the AI would push them to perform at a new level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now it's like okay,
adjusting to another like it's like I guess when you like I guess in the essence of training, you have to adapt to the other person and
right. It's like training
better.
Goku all day. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, you're gonna train someone obviously better than you. Your skill level is gonna evolve. Your timing's gonna be different. Your movements are gonna be different, and that's what OpenAI did for these Dota players. Is that they kind of changed the way that how like they came into the attack and retreated, and like kind of like poking them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Different,
and a little bit more real example was 2 years ago is when AlphaGo played the #1 Go player in the world.
CS:GO?
No, Go, as in like the Chinese,
the
territorial game board.
Yeah.
So the AI, like it was 5 games, right?
Uh-huh.
The AI destroyed the world champion like 3 games, like to the point where even like the developers felt bad because this dude, like this is his heart and soul, 113 champions kind of thing, world champions. But because like what threw on the third, if you ever watch the documentary called AlphaGo, in the third game, the AI does like the strangest move in the world that throws off everybody, even the pro. Like you can even see the pro trying to look at the guy, but obviously he can't because the guy's just only moving according to the PC. But anyways, so he does the strangest move and it throws off the guy, and he just ends up getting destroyed after because it apparently makes his whole territorial net that's like 20 moves in advance.
Oh,
so
shit.
It threw him off completely. So so the guy is already down 0-3. In the 4th game, one of the moves, the professional takes 30 minutes to think about it. Like he's just sitting there, and he makes the strangest move too.
Yeah.
So he puts, I forgot what they call it. It's kind of like a wedge move. I don't know what it's called. I don't know the mechanics of Go, but it trips out the AI so much that it concedes. Like it thought about every single scenario, and it makes like
That's like fucking
yeah. So it makes 2 random moves that everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like we don't get it, and then like it just gives up. So that everybody was like
the fucking scenario in Avengers when fucking Doctor Strange is like, "There's only one scenario out of 54 million. There's only one scenario."
Yeah. So it was crazy. So people were like going crazy when he beat it. When the AI conceded, like people are like, "Whoa, shit!" Because it just destroyed this dude completely. Like, but it beat him again like the next round. But still, like, it was like the gnarliest thing because that's what people are citing today. To like, this AI elevated his abilities to think like that far now, and I guess like since then he's never lost in like a Go match, but.
That's like the helpful AI.
See, I think that's what Kai-Fu Lee really wants. That's where he sees AI going. It's going to be like symbiotic. It's going to be helpful for you. It's going to push humanity to the next level. So that's why he like I said, in education, AI is going to help. If you ever seen Kai-Fu Lee's 60-minute special, the AI is able to tell like when it's doing online learning, right? Like when the teachers with the video and the students are far away. I mean, this idea has been going around for a long time, like in India and all that, with like online learning. Well, anyways, this AI can tell when certain kids are having trouble focusing on a subject. So it will be up to the teacher.
That's fucking complex. Just thinking about that, right?
Right. And like if you ever see that too, like the AI can also tell how old each person is. Also, but you should watch the special for that. Well, anyways, so like what he's saying is that like in the future there's gonna be a need for more creatives, more personal, more social people, because obviously
that's why this podcast is gonna fucking have a job all the time. Hey.
So that's why he's saying there's gonna be a need for teachers, social workers, CEOs, and creatives and artists, because basically what the AI revolution is gonna do is it's gonna return. I'm gonna sound kind of weird, but it's gonna take back what capitalists did to the people in the Industrial Revolution.
And then we're gonna have robot overlords.
No, like, but you know what I mean? Like, so, like, if you think about it, back then in the Industrial Revolution, like, people like Henry Ford were basically using people as labor, right?
Yeah, it's labor.
People,
sure.
people, it's just like a different way of saying slavery. But now with the Industrial Revolution, if we have robots doing all of that, the robots will now be doing all that work.
Yeah.
Now it's going to give people the time to, like you said, to pursue other things.
Yeah,
now,
it's like this like new renaissance.
In a way.
The envision I see that the way that I see it as a frame when I was thinking about this.
This is what the Industrial Revolution should have been.
Exactly.
It should have been this way.
It's about creating this time of like people can have leisure time.
Right. And this goes back to ancient Greece too. Yeah. It's going to go back to the people where like now we have people who can think and pursue other crazier things.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, time is mainly available to those with income.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Because the people who are hustling like to live rent by rent will never pursue bigger things because they're stuck by that.
Yeah, they're just trying to hustle and get.
So that's, I think, ultimately where AI should be going. So we'll still have our Pixar movies.
But then, okay, I know you alluded to it, but like, in your eyes, what's the difference between AI and robotics? Because
I just said it earlier. I said robots take a physical space. That's the difference.
Sorry, yeah.
A robot anyone can manipulate a robot. You could use a user with a robot. Like that's why there's like for the FBI when they have bomb, there's a robot.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's not an AI. AI is not going to be like
AI. The robot, like
it's an extension of a human person.
Like the DARPA shit, right? The Boston Robotics.
Right, because that still needs to like you're still going to tell that robot to go. Like if that robot starts like a Roomba is still a robot. It's not an AI. If it was an AI, it would optimize its cleaning path. You'd be like, I haven't been in this section of the room in like 45 minutes. I should probably go here. That's how you know it go to like an AI kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like we need to. I thought we're almost there.
I don't think a Roomba has that capability yet. I think it just goes places at random. Okay,
because then it's like the way I see it that there's 4 scenarios that are the main scenarios, and I guess you can branch off. The best case, worst case shit. Okay, it's
give me worst case.
It's best case is human plus AI. It's like the helpful, like bots.
Correct. It's the
like
symbiotic
wearables. Yeah, that symbiotic relationship of like helping you optimize like your health. Like like instead of taking this supplement, take this supplement because it's for your body. It the AI would know exactly what is best for you. Like that's how you would hack health.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah, but like an AI, it knows best because they know your DNA and all that shit.
Correct.
Right. And then,
but it's funny when you mention that. I did read a science fiction book about a world like that. But it's about a girl who wants her freedom back, kind of thing. So she throws that away.
That sounds like some fucking Haruki Murakami shit.
Dude, it's crazy. The book is called Harmony. You should check it out. But anyways, yeah.
Okay.
But that's how AI can help, because it can like probably be like the better version of like the Apple Watch where it monitors your health.
Yeah, it's like embedded. It's like
But what if it gets to the point where like it will inject you with like certain meds that you need? You know what I mean? Like what if it goes like to full automation like that, where it's like okay, I'm just gonna inject like the blood pressure medicine into your body. Like this is how much you need because this is your reading for today.
See, exactly. That's
So would that be helpful,
I mean,
or is that scary?
it would have to be I think as a culture we would have to get to a point where being optimized by AI and having all the wearables and all that stuff has to be acceptable. I think right now
It has to be acceptable and available to everybody.
yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like I think right now, just like a Tesla car.
Right. It only benefits to people who can afford
Yeah,
it. Same with the Apple Watch. Apple Watch is supposed to be healthy, but it's supposed to be like good for health because it's supposed to monitor stuff for you. But if it's really supposed to be that healthy, then that should be like done by Medicare and Medicaid too. Anyways, that's a different story.
Yeah,
But yeah.
and then
that's how.
okay, well, segue. I mean, it's close because it's like, which leads to my second kind of like scenario. The second scenario is like this human cyborg type shit. It's like you have a thing, you have something embedded in you, or you're almost
like a pacemaker.
yeah, like iron lung or shit like that, where you have like
There is neuroprosthetics that are out right now.
See?
You heard about that, right?
I have not neuroprosthetics.
So so this is from my speech from 10 years ago, but they found a way that they can connect nerves to robotic parts of your arm. It's so that you can actually individually control.
Like okay.
Yeah, so it's
Gotcha.
not just like it looks like a fucking cartoon. Like this robot arm can actually bend fingers.
Oh, so it's like if you lost an arm, if you're amputee, you would actually have like.
It was tested on military people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we'd be like Luke Skywalker.
Pretty much, yeah. So.
Or like what's the DC character? Cyborg.
Justice League.
I was thinking Teen Titans. I was like,
But he was on Teen Titans too. But yeah, you're right. You're right.
And there's you're like a cyborg. You have this thing that helps you live, and then
Correct.
I mean, and
There's artificial hearts too that they're trying to.
Exactly. Like I think we're kind of there because it's like one of those health related things. Like
Correct.
Maybe within 50 years, there's like a full like half human, half robot type shit.
I think that's possible.
Yeah, right. Because if someone if they're an amputee or if they're like things happen, right? And
things will happen. Yeah.
Then if there's means and if there's ways to
help them live longer.
Exactly.
Which is kind of reasonable. Like, okay, quick tangent, but this is the reason. Like, I kind of wonder why people shit on pharmaceuticals and all that, and medical technology, and like the need to return back to non-GMOs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because like, just a quick round. Like, I'm not saying I'm anti non-GMO, but I'm just saying like we have lived longer because of stuff like this. Food has preserved longer because of stuff like this. Yeah, there are like bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but that all comes in moderation. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna eat 30 cans of spam, if you're gonna eat 30 cans of spam, it's not gonna be good for you.
Also, tangent. Did you hear that there's a measles outbreak in the Washington area
because
of anti-vax?
Yeah, they're all anti-vaccine.
Anti-vax.
You know, we almost got rid of the measles and polio.
I keep thinking about fucking the research. They're like, yo, they showed there's like the graph, right? And it was like 01 or 02 or like
0.
We almost claimed that we fucking beat measles. And then you see this graph slowly go up.
After the post in the Lancet, yeah. And that doctor lost his license too. So it's just kind of like, why do people still follow this guy? And I still, like, did you know what they're asking at work now? Sorry, another tangent if we're going to talk about this. People are asking if our medications are gluten-free.
Why? Does it fucking matter?
Because some people have gluten allergies, apparently.
Gluten allergy?
To medicine.
This is like fucking, what do you call it? It's like, I was listening to the David Chang podcast, and he was like, fucking, there's a difference between gluten allergies, or there's a difference between allergy and intolerance / preference.
Right.
And in a restaurant setting, it's like it's life or death, or fucking just like because your stomach can't handle it.
Right.
And it's like it puts so much fucking stress on the, and you know, like in the in the pharmacy, right? Because all that bullshit, you're like, it's a lot of more fucking stress because like, what, are you allergic? Or are you just saying you don't want it because it's a preference or you can't fucking handle it? Like it's yeah. Sorry, rant.
Yeah, sorry. That's my field. I had to rant about that.
Oh, just to get through the fucking scenarios.
Oh yeah,
yes.
the worst. You're on the worst case.
The worst case then is like the robot fucking overlords. So they have fucking, you know, they gain consciousness.
iRobot status.
iRobots, and then, you know, like they take over all that shit and whatever. I mean, that's the worst case scenario, right? The worst case scenario is that the robots take over and
I don't ever see that happening though. Maybe in a StarCraft game, but I never see that happening like in real life.
yeah. I mean, and then tangentially, that my other scenario was like, well,
because AIs are single function.
Well, if AIs
single objective,
think that they're better than humans, then that means there would be some population of AI/robots that would have like human consciousness, like iRobot, right? So that those are like the worst and best case scenarios.
Right.
I think
I don't see it anytime soon.
Well, because it's like the in every sci-fi movie, like the technology right now is like in a kind of like toddler phase where we only see it as like this, like in increments of like helping us. So if we were gonna see like this fucking robot takeover, whatever, it's gonna take a long time to even get to a point where it's, as humans, if we're gonna let that shit go out of control, you know, it's gonna be a really long time.
Right. And that's all up to tech companies, government, people, like
ethics and shit like that.
People said no to Google Glass. That shit was crazy. There's so many things that people would let pass by, but they didn't let Google Glass pass.
But at the same time, Google Glass was so fucking lame as a fucking wearable. Like, just the aesthetics of it, you look so stupid.
Maybe for like daily life.
Yeah.
Okay, but not for professional life, because doctors use that. There's test scenarios where people in the manufacturing field and people in a teaching field and in the medical field all use Google Glass to help them like complement, like let's say they're doing a surgery, for example. The Google Glass will give them like complimentary information about like oh, you know, like be careful about this or something about this or watch out for this kind of thing.
See, I think like the electric car, I think there is a future for like a wearable like Google Glass, because like I think that this heads-up display option of like, you know, like in the sci-fi films and shit where it gives you a bunch, like the fucking Dragon Ball Scouter, like,
right.
Like it's gonna give you all the fucking information. I think that's what Google imagined what it would do.
I think that's what everyone wants.
But it's like, oh, but at this point, it just because of the price, and it just looks so stupid right now. Like we're not there to like a full implementation. It's gonna take a long time for like some kind of wearable like that. I think like watches right now is like anything you can wear on your wrist or shit like that.
It's manageable, I guess. Like people are okay with it still.
Because you're like, why does this dude have this small piece of glass next to his eye? Like it's so stupid. Like, aren't you wearing glasses, bro? But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting topic just because like
we're heading there.
We're almost there. It's like it's future. It's
10 years.
It's part of the technology. It's part of nerd culture because of like the amount of like computerized and algorithms. I mean, fuck, our life is just, our lives are dictated by the algorithm already.
Correct. So
I mean, like, if there's AI is just a part of the fucking algorithm.
Would you consider facial recognition as AI?
Yeah, because I think, well,
imagine a scenario like this is the reason why, like, so if you ever think about all these like random like features from like from like phone companies and stuff like that, like facial recognition, for example.
Okay.
Like there will be a time where you're walking in a mall and at a blank, when you're looking at a blank screen, an advertiser will come in like that's based on your history.
Yeah,
That's gonna happen.
Like it's real pop-up pop-up ads.
Yeah, it's real pop-up ads for you.
Yeah.
It's aware, like it's Google's like AdSense that follows
But in
you.
real life.
Yeah, in real life. That's gonna
like,
follow you.
Yeah, that's like fucking what Minority Report, fucking Blade Runner.
That's gonna happen.
Who else did that?
I definitely see that happening within the next few years.
Altered Carbon, that's all the same
Right.
shit too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's possible. I think it's interesting, but I tune myself out to a lot of advertising anyway, so I just let Google make money.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I think when it comes to facial recognition, it's one of those things where as a society, man, we fucking love privacy so much.
That's the difference between here and China.
Yeah, we just love, like, we get freaked out by fucking like public information online or shipping out online. It's like if I mean, this is like the conundrum, right? We willingly upload photos of ourselves online to an algorithm like Facebook, right? And there's a conspiracy theory out there that, or I think I also read it on The Verge, where that whole 10-year fucking challenge was secretly designed to kind of like train like facial recognition software.
And
it's like, oh yeah, just like
it is kind of a stretch.
just like facial recognition, or I'm sorry, not facial. What do you call it? Snapchat filters. How those things can be also traced to like facial recognition database and shit like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's like, oh shit. So I freaked out. I'm like, nope, no more fucking Snapchat filters or Instagram filters.
Yeah, but if you like, so I guess like one of the big messages you should take away from this also is like, when you look at all these features, think about how other people can take advantage of it.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Because no one would have assumed that the IBM Watson on Jeopardy would end up helping cancer research. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's just like things like that, and like now GPS is gonna help drivable car. You know what I mean? Like self-driving cars. Like they're all interconnected one way or another. So just it's something to think about. I think it's a trip. All right. So now is our over/under segment.
The over/under segment of this episode is Maui as a destination, travel destination.
Overrated.
We're fucking big on fucking travel since we did fucking episodes and multiple segments. JV has said overrated. Go ahead, explain.
When did I say overrated?
You just fucking said
Oh.
Okay,
Maui.
let me formally ask then, fucker. Maui, over, under.
Oh shit! I broke my pencil. Over. Overrated.
Why do you think?
There's too many white people there. Not to sound racist or anything, but there's a lot of. It's not what I
But
thought
fucking,
it would be.
who was it? It was USA Today or US World News ranked Maui as like the number 2 destination in the US, travel destination. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's like a lot of things.
No,
to
no,
do there.
I totally
I'm
understand.
not gonna like shit on it. But
Yeah.
I definitely think it's. I think it's a cool place. I think people can live there and whatnot, but all the Uber drivers I've talked to and all the locals and Wailuku, I was kind of
Yeah.
like, just like
Yeah.
touching bases with, and like they all like have this strange perspective about Maui. Like it's kind of like, oh yeah, there's a lot of like holidays, like or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. There's a lot of that, you know. And the way that like when I was at the coffee shop, I think I was telling you,
Yeah.
is that when I was like trying to buy something or order something,
Yeah.
like the girl, like the brown girl over there was kind of telling me like, oh no, I don't think you should kind of do that. Like, because I think she knew like, yeah, he's going for like the tourist trap kind of thing.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do that. Like, she's like, let me recommend you like a better coffee for this kind of situation. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take that. And like, what's funny is like, she didn't like oversell
Yeah.
me. She undersold. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
she's like, oh, don't
Low
go for it.
expectations.
Yeah. It's like, don't go for the $40 coffee bag. Go for the $10 coffee bag is probably just as good. But yeah, but everyone has like their own story. A lot of people there are transplants. For
Yeah,
one thing.
a lot of fucking
A lot
transplants.
of there are transplants. So, and you know, a lot like some of the Uber people I was talking to over there, like they all had like a strange story.
Yeah.
I moved over here, start my own business and stuff like that. I was like, oh, all right, cool. I mean, that, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that because I'm
You're
kind of like, well,
okay,
I want
cool, dude.
the people here to have like their own
Yeah.
ecosystem kind of
Yeah,
thing. You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Yeah.
So, do I like Hawaii? I do. But I'm like, I'm so indifferent about it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so indifferent about it.
Because
I don't hate it, though.
You stayed 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5
4
days.
days.
5
Okay.
days. This is my fourth time in Hawaii.
Because you were Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
Until Sunday. Yeah.
I mean,
it's definitely something
Yeah.
you should go with your friends for sure. But
which is mad cool. So I will say that Maui is just rated. I know the last few times I've just been doing just rated, but yeah, I mean, the cool thing about
you want to move there too in the future, right?
well, maybe not Maui, and I think you touch upon some of the points that me and Ron have brought up to just in our fucking conversations, is that Maui, despite having this like large land, compared to Oahu,
Yeah.
is that it's a really good place to like vacation.
Right.
Because of,
I
like
agree.
you don't like when you go to Oahu and like Honolulu, Waikiki, and you feel more touristy there. You feel like there's a lot of people. Like there's like when you think about it, the island of Oahu is smaller than the county of San Diego or even the city of San Diego.
Right.
But you have the population of San Diego, so
Right.
it's just like
Kind of crowded.
you're fucking crowded. You see, there's just a lot of fucking people. But then when you go to Maui, you're just like,
That's true. I guess
Yeah.
I got that sense too.
and
Yeah,
it's like
it wasn't
you have
as
the
busy.
population itself is as large as, or as small rather, as the city of Escondido. It's the same size.
Oh,
There's
okay.
150,000 people on the island. You're like, according to the U.S. Census, right?
Right.
Not counting the tourists and all that. So there's a lot more space. There's a lot more land, but at the same time, like you say, it's just like there's so many people who are transplants, who come from, who are snowbirds, or like they lived in Canada or like fucking all across the U.S. But they obviously don't look like us. They're not Filipino or Asian or whatever. It's because the amount of people that we've interacted, even in like Kihei and South Maui, it's just like we're like the only brown people there.
Right.
In the triangle, we're the only.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing. I was like, huh?
Like, yeah, it's a weird situation, and
Weren't they asking like people from a group where their bathroom was and stuff?
I
Like
think
that?
so.
I was like, huh? That's just
What?
happened.
Oh yeah,
Do you see a group of us here? Do you think we're just like catering to somebody or what?
yeah. So I mean, it's definitely a trip, especially on Maui, because like people like the pace of life there. I mean, it's cool, but you see a lot more like brown faces and different diverse. I would rather say diverse folks in Oahu. It just sucks that there's a lot of fucking people there. So, I mean, when it comes to vacation though, it was dope as fuck. It was nice waking up to fucking like a body of water.
Hell
like,
yeah.
like a
I
5
imagine
minute
that
walk
place,
away. You're like,
yeah.
oh shit, like this is nice.
You guys stayed in a nice place.
Yeah, I mean, it was not like the fucking. It wasn't like a, what do you call it? Like the Four Seasons, but it's nice to be able to like wake up and I see.
That's all you need, man.
Dude, I see I saw fucking whales like. Like
Just outside you.
that shit was mad fucking tight. Like I was, oh shit, oh Rona, there's a whale. So yeah,
Nice.
I mean, yeah, Maui just rated. I don't know if I would fucking live there, but definitely, I mean, shout out to people who do live there and find it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, that's a hustle too.
Yeah,
Shit.
their grind is real.
Because that honestly, like, Maui is
super
fucking expensive,
yeah,
dude.
They said
Like,
it's almost as much as San Diego.
well,
too.
even just fucking as a visitor, dude. Like,
Right.
like you're just like you're paying. Well, even on vacation, you're paying. You know, obviously for like 3 meals a day, but then it's like you have like
Food land.
yeah, it's the island markup.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything's exported.
Right.
So, just rated.
Got it. Okay, I got another one.
What's up?
Tony Romo as a commentator.
We were talking about a Tony Romo episode. I was like, I don't know if it's strong enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fucking talk
saying.
about-
That's what I was thinking too.
I know the Super Bowl is coming up. We're recording this before the Super Bowl, but Tony Romo is overrated, dude.
As a commentator, not as a quarterback.
I think he's overrated.
As a commentator?
Yeah, I think the thing I've analyzed about Tony Romo and thought about this is that, and me and you were having this conversation. We're like, Tony Romo, you buy into the hype because he's gonna predict the play. Dude, why didn't you do the same amount of work when you were a fucking quarterback? Because you were not a great fucking quarterback.
I think he mentioned that like in an interview. He's like, I don't know why like I didn't have this like analyzing ability when I was still quarterback, because like if you can easily identify, maybe it's just different because he's out there in the
maybe because he's like in a booth and he sees it.
Now he sees everything. And
versus like when he's like under center or like in shotgun and he like sees the defense. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I think you were an overrated quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Correct. I hated Tony Romo.
And then as I think that people are just buying into that, like he's able to see and do the research and the prep work for him to be like, oh, they're gonna do a run play. He makes other people, like other analysts, look bad, but because he's like, it seems as if Tony Romo prepares more, and I'll kudos to that. But I think as a analyst, I'm a commentator, I'm like, it's overrated.
Okay.
What about you, Tony Romo, over or under?
I think he's just rated.
Just rated.
I think he's like, he deserves his hype, but I don't think he's like the greatest. But yeah, I've been impressed by his play calling. It's not just I'm just impressed by his play calling. I kind of feel like I understand more about the process when he explains it. So I guess that's what separates him from other like commentators.
Yeah.
Because, it's like people from John Madden, it's like, obviously know it's a boot play, or I was like, the fuck? All right, whatever, man. Like, you just, thank you, Captain Obvious. So I'm saying like that. Like, it's a big difference
I totally understand.
between
Like,
the two.
John Madden would fucking say, like, they should have ran it there.
Yeah. I'm just
Phillip Rivers missed the throw. Like, okay, dude. We
like,
get it.
We saw that. He whiffed it. Don't worry.
That's like, okay, the fucking Super Bowl. Who do you think is going to win? Before the Super Bowl. Rams, Patriots.
I know that the Patriots are going to win, but I really want the Rams to win.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, I wanted Kansas City and the Saints to go. So
yeah, I was pulling for either a Chiefs and
Chiefs
Eagles.
and Saints. Oh, really?
Eagles, yeah.
Oh.
Because I thought that
Nick Foles is gonna be like the comeback player of the year.
I was like, dude, you're gonna fucking do it, really?
Someone needs to sign Nick Foles.
I can see off the top of my head, who would it be? It's like maybe Miami, maybe the Jets. Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay. I mean, someone's gonna pick up, and he's gonna be a solid quarterback, whoever team he's on.
Yeah, I want the Rams to win. Like,
Of course. I mean, now they're LA. It's like, well, okay.
Well, it's just so weird. Like, the storyline for the Super Bowl is what is it? That Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl against the Rams, or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's the quarterback during that time? Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, That's an interesting storyline. It's just, yeah.
But then again, as
I don't
like
care
a
about
news,
the Rams, but I want the Rams to win.
but then again, as a news commentator, like people make up they have the strangest narratives for anything. Though.
That's the point. It's like you have to find something like juicy, figure it out.
I know it's crazy. Like this is night time in the NFL playoffs. Like,
or just like remember when the Niners and the Ravens went to the Super Bowl, it was just like John Harbaugh versus brother Jim Harbaugh.
I know.
I was like, oh, I get it, dude. I get it. Well,
sports.
I think this is the wrap up.
It is the wrap up.
Wrap up.
Yep.
Well, and talking about AI and bots, like JV said, you kind of have to like. What are you saying? Sorry.
Well, remember, it's going to be more like you have to look at it as a more symbiotic, or
Yeah, there you go.
symbiotic.
Yeah, it's like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, it has to be. It can't. It's about how you work with the technology, not about. It's about your mastery and how you work with the AI or robots versus letting it do something like, I guess, control you.
Yeah.
Like being like
Yeah.
you could say the same thing about smartphones. Like smartphones was supposed to be there to help your life get better. Not
There you go. That's a great fucking way to put it.
yeah, it's supposed to be out there to help you so you can have time to worry about the other things in life. Because we're all in a culture where suddenly no one has time to do anything.
No one.
Yeah, but all these technologies are supposed to enable you to free up your time to do other things. So just something to think about.
Yeah, and AI is coming. And we talked about the difference between AI and robotics. I mean, in the future, it's just going to be like one thing. I mean, that's what we're
Eventually. Yeah.
eventually. I don't know if it's going to be the next.
I don't know to what extent they're going to combine.
or like the
but
next decade, maybe the
Right.
next century. I
maybe, yeah. I don't know how they're
think we're
going
gonna
to
get
combine
there.
yet. But yeah, they're.
But yeah, there's going to be a separation of like AI just being this like this computerized thing plus this.
It's going to help you optimize
Yeah,
the world. Like it's going to
optimize.
help us optimize. It's going to help us make better choices.
And I mean,
And robots will make things easier for us to do, hopefully,
shit.
and free us to have more time.
And
Like,
maybe the
hopefully,
fucking
spend time with our families
The robot's gonna take over. Maybe they're not. Maybe never.
iRobot. We're gonna all
Maybe never. Maybe we'll live on fucking space colonies by then.
and then we're gonna have the whole Gundam year, 1 year war
We're
happen.
gonna have fucking all the Gundams,
Right.
or it's gonna be Evangelion.
Or Will Smith is gonna save everybody. We're gonna revive Will
Every
Smith.
fucking sci-fi franchise. And Maui, I say rated. JV says overrated. So I mean, it's a great comeback. This is a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit rough, but I mean, we're getting back into it. It's been
3 months.
yeah. All right, episode 5 in the books.
5.
Remember to follow us on social media. Difficult to Please on Instagram, on Facebook. Rate and review on iTunes and on SoundCloud. We're working on getting our stuff on other platforms like Spotify,
And
Stitcher,
Google. Yeah,
Yeah,
all those. We're
we're
trying to expand. We're
Trying to get out there. Trying to get our Gary V on.
Oh, yeah. That's who I was listening to.
Gary
when I was-
Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, you should listen to him too. Also, for things like if anyone wants more information, you guys should all check out Kai-Fu Lee.
We'll just fucking link it in our podcast notes or in the
Check it
fucking
out.
site.
Like check out Elon Musk, check out Google's Waymo. Like there's a bunch of technologies out there that are like really, really pushing for this. So check out Kai-Fu Lee's TED Talk as like a starter. I think it's a good intro to what we're talking about today.
Don't let the robots beat you in StarCraft.
Oh hell yeah! Or hopefully it makes you even stronger. You know what I mean?
All right.
All right, peace.